You're making us pay for water, you son of a... You're making us pay for grapes, apples, things that God gave us for free. Ha! Ha! Da, 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 bullshit. You will burn in hell when I'm through with you. You will not be allowed in my Father's house at all.
Okay, fam. Welcome back to another video. Welcome back to another reaction. This is Segovia coming to you live from the man cave. Hope everyone out there's having a happy Sunday. I'm gonna get this reaction done, y'all. I got me a nice steak I'm gonna throw on the grill with some bacon wrapped jalapenos. Probably sip on a couple bubblies. That's how I'm spending my Sunday. Let me know down below. How are you guys spending your Sunday? Back when I lived in Arizona, Sunday was my favorite day. It's family days, cooking day. It was just a good overall day to end the week. But hey, let me know down below what you guys are doing for today's Sunday. But hey, you know my slogan. Enough with the chit chat. Let's get into the reaction. All right, y'all, here we go. We got a hell of a reaction today. Sit back, enjoy it. I'm gonna pop my bubbly open. It's a strawberry one today. New flavor I haven't had yet. But before we get into the reaction, if you guys can please hit that like button, y'all. It really helps the channel grow, really helps the algorithm expand so the Cave family can just grow and grow and grow. But hey, let's get into the reaction, y'all. Sit back and enjoy.
Why is the ground floor not on the ground floor? Why is it up steps?
Why?
Horseshit.
Really?
There was horseshit everywhere. They've always got those metal scrapers by the side at the yeah, to get the horseshit off. You know the old movies, they always talk about smelling salts. There's a lot of references to smelling salts. Yeah, the smell was horrific. If a horse died in the street, you had to wait for it to atrophy to cut it up and take it away. New York was the sound. Cobbled streets, metal wheels on the carts. Horses everywhere. So they made a law to say, right, horses, we're going to put a tax on them. Didn't change anything. Made another law the next year, we're doubling the taxes. Right, we're going to do a thing with, we're going to say, if you have a horse, then you have to do this, you have to do that, whatever it was. It kept on, kept on, kept on. And what stopped it? Henry Ford. Cars came along, all gone.
How big is your team?
You gotta think, I never thought about that, but look how New York, how crazy it is right now with traffic. So they had horses out there pooping all over the street back in the day. Rush hour with horses. Never thought of that.
Between 10, 15, up to 20 people.
And they include doctors? This is part of your team?
Well, there's one doctor right here. Is the one who take the blood out and take him to the laboratory, so they give you the results that he's a compatible person.
Why do you go after the poor people to get their kidney?
It's not the poor people, because there's a plenty of people from the South that came looking for the American dream and this stuff in here. They don't have jobs, they don't have nothing right here. So talk to them and offer a easy solution. Because a lot of people know that you can live with only with kidney. He's gonna get out something on his body, but he will get well. I'm not a demon, I'm just doing my job and helping people. Get some money for do that.
Please stop scrolling. This is really important. Elijah Walker, 17, Ohio, went missing May 23rd. Lakia Armour, 16, went missing in Ohio, May 23rd. Ian Bletcher, 17 years old, Ohio, went missing May 24th. Emmanuel Moreland, 16 years old, Ohio, went missing May 22nd. Kiara Griffin, 16 years old, Ohio, went missing May 24th. Parrish Smith Jr., 14, Ohio, went missing May 23rd. My question to the state of Ohio is, why are there so many black children between the ages of 19 and 14 going missing within the same month, and nobody is talking about this? These are our brothers and sisters who went missing from the same city around the same age at the same time, and they're all black. Boost this video and demand that the state of Ohio give us answers. This is too much of a coincidence for it to be blown off and not given any news coverage. Find these black kids.
Y'all always hear about...
Yeah, that is a little coincidentally, right? All those same aged in the same cities, neighboring cities, going missing around the same weekend. That's a little coincidence. That's a little too much of a coincidence for me.
Sex trafficking and stuff like that. So my daughter was just leaving the doctor's office, and when she came to the car, she had a weird thing on her windshield wiper. So instead of touching it, because when you do, they'll have some kind of drug substance on there that will make you drowsy and knock you out. Okay, so this is the thing. She looked at her surroundings. She hurried up and got in the car, drove off, went to a safe, crowded location, and took some object to knock it off. But now the concern is, now I hear they put trackers on your car. So if you have a father, brother, mail around, police station, wherever, make sure y'all check for trackers so they won't track you guys home or to the next location. Okay, what's up, y'all? Y'all always hear about...
You know what the darkest conspiracy theory about aliens is? That Earth is essentially a farm, and human beings are the vessels that contain souls, and they want us because this is how they create souls. And so they're farming us. They've created us. So we started off as primates.
Deep.
And through some sort of genetic intervention, I'm not saying I believe this. I'm just saying that this is like top of the food chain, put your tinfoil hat on super tight, that they farm us. And that the whole reason why human beings are involved in this conflict, constant conflict, it's all of it is to increase our competition with each other, increase our ability to control resources, which will increase our technology, which will ultimately lead to us creating this being that we're going to create.
In this video, Shane talks about the link between beetle wings and levitation. Make sure you watch to the end and let me know what you think in the comments below.
What possibly could beetle wings have in common with levitation technology? Wait until you see this. We're going to watch a video in a second, but just to start, Viktor Grebennikov was a Russian scientist and entomologist. Entomology is to do with insects. So while studying these insect wings and beetle shells, he discovered interesting patterns that exhibited some strange tendencies. With these beetle shells, he discovered an anti-gravity effect, a bio-anti-gravity, biological. And essentially, these wings would repel each other, and he could actually get one to kind of balance in the air above another one. So it's sort of magnetic or magnetism. According to the story, he strapped thousands of beetle shells onto this craft and was able to levitate. And of course, all of his designs and information was confiscated by the Russian government, and it was all shut down. But just so you know, I'm sourcing Wikipedia here because the fact checkers sourced Wikipedia when they fact checked me on my Bosnian pyramid video. So come on.
The bug wings themselves were creating an anti-gravity phenomena under certain conditions. And of course, what we have here, if you analyze, it's actually a beetle. And if you analyze this bug structure, you see a hexagonal pyramid structure array throughout the entire bottom wing of this bug. And anyway, he took a whole bunch of these bug wings and he glued them to like a Venetian blind structure, and he put it into...
It's like a carrot and a stick kind of thing. Don't know. But they do know that we have this shit, these craft of unknown origin.
They use the term non-human intelligence in that legislation 26 times. It's astonishing.
People don't like it, though. But I'll tell you, that language tells you everything, because it shows you that they are taking it so seriously that they have some sort of pre-knowledge that these programs exist. In fact, they probably know where these objects are being stored.
You're making us pay for water, you son of a... You're making us pay for grapes, apples, things that God gave us for free. Ha! You will burn in hell when I'm through with you. You will not be allowed in my Father's house at all.
You know, I never really thought about that, but that's a hell of a business, right? The agriculture business, the vegetables, the fruit, right? Of course, it costs money to soil and water and all that, but that's pretty much a damn near 100% profit. You know, yearly, seasonal, you're getting a lot of money. And they're charging us for that stuff that comes out of the ground. But at the end of the day, yeah, they're charging us for it, but we could always go plant an apple tree in our backyard. We can always grow some vegetables in our garden, right? We just, as I can only speak for myself and most America, we just like convenience, right? We want what's convenient. We'll pay $2 for $1 for 2 cucumbers when we can just grow 30 of them and give some away in our front yard for free, right? Have a little, that's something you can do at the end of the day, right? Can't complain about it.
You smashed them?
When it was a girl?
I didn't smash anything.
So how you know
we
that?
made love. We made love.
Who you made love with?
Do you guys ever see his interviews, Orlando Brown? Very interesting interviews. Very interesting. Some say he's crazy, but that's what they say to people that expose the truth, right? So I don't know. I don't know what to believe because he's a little wild in his interviews. But those are some allegations to throw out there.
Busta Rhymes.
You just told me you seen Busta in the airport too.
He said Busta Rhymes.
That motherfucker tried to act like he didn't know you.
He laughed when he said Busta Rhymes.
No, I never smashed.
Oh, you made love to Drake.
And Cat Williams. What's his name?
Bro, you smashing a lot of people.
What's that nigga name? Terrence Howard.
Terrence Howard.
Terrence Howard. Usher. Usher's a gusher. And
what the fuck? Why you not naming no hoes?
I'm telling you, bro. It's my dad's friends. My dad sicked his baddest friends on me.
Who's your dad?
Lucifer.
Did you hear about the Balenciaga missing person? No.
That's what I'm saying. He's a little out there.
In one of the Balenciaga stores, the mannequin that they have, the one that looks human, is actually a missing person.
Holy shit.
There's this model for Balenciaga. His name is Christopher G. And he posed on so many different ads for Balenciaga, different shoots, everything. But he went missing. And around the same time he went missing, what happens? They have a mannequin in one of the Balenciaga stores that looks exactly like him. Look at this picture. This is a picture of the mannequin.
Is that Pusha T, fam?
Now this is a picture of him. It looks the exact same. Looks the exact same. And I mean, it's supposed to look the exact same, but that real?
No, this looks too real.
That looks so real, right? This guy's been missing. Family, friends don't know where he's at. Facebook is going wild right now with conspiracy theories because even just think about what's happened with Balenciaga thus far.
Kids.
Satanic occults, you know, some shady business deals. It wouldn't be so far-fetched if they made somebody disappear.
100.
Can you give me an example of a food that's a vaccine?
You recognize? Yes.
Look at this, y'all. This is crazy. This is in Tennessee. Now, these are the things that they throw all these distractions out that keep us busy during the day. And this is what they're doing when they're in their hearings. This is what they're talking about. Listen to what they're talking about. This is insane.
University of California, Riverside has already perfected the ability to put human vaccines into our lettuce right now. Also tomatoes has the ability to do that also for UC Berkeley. And then Big Tobacco, RJ Reynolds and stuff has perfected the ability to put a human vaccine into tobacco products.
Chairman Clements. And is that even legal to do in the state of Tennessee, to sell those with a vaccine in them?
You recognize? Well, I'm not arguing that point. What I'm saying is there is no law deeming those that when you go into a grocery store, you should know as a consumer, this head of lettuce is a head of lettuce.
There is no law, which means they're already doing it. They've been doing it.
The head of lettuce right next to it could contain a vaccine in it. All we're saying is if it does have the vaccine in it, make sure it's listed as a pharmaceutical so people can get the proper dosage.
My question is right now, can you walk into a grocery store and there be a head of lettuce for sale that has a vaccine in it? I don't think that's allowed under state law presently. And if it is, and you have to list it as a pharmaceutical, are we going to then have Walgreens pharmacists with a refrigerated section? I mean, how's this going to play out?
You recognize. Thank you. This is more of a consumer protection bill right here, is to make sure that if you're going in to buy tomatoes and there's a polio vaccine in there, that you are aware of what you're buying has a polio vaccine. The problem you have is if it's not treated as a pharmaceutical, being the size and difference between you and me, how many tomatoes do I have to eat to get the proper dosage versus how many tomatoes that you have to eat? And if you eat too many, do you get a overdose? If you eat too less, like we had in the cattle industry with aeromycin, we weren't dosing our cattle properly, and the horn flies were developing an immunity to it. If we don't have the proper dosage of a vaccine, it could lead to the efficacy of that drug not work anymore.
You recognize? Well, I'd like to think I'm more immune to horn flies than you are, but I say that jokingly. But right now, my question is just Is there a need for this? I understand there's a concern, and yeah, people should know if there's a vaccine in food. But if we can't even sell food with vaccines in it in the state of Tennessee right now, then is this legislation necessary, is my question.
Well, if you have a child that is allergic to a certain vaccine and it's not disclosed when you go to buy that vegetable or whatever it is, and your child dies from that, I would think that having something in place that's going to make sure that that is treated as a pharmaceutical so that the consumers know exactly what they're buying.
All those in favor of House Bill 1894 say aye. Aye. Opposed?
No.
Ayes have it. Bill goes on to counter and rules. If you wish to be recorded as a no, please notify the clerk.
Wait. They passed it? It goes to the next level of legislation? That easy? Say aye, no. What the hell is this? Is that legit? That's crazy.
He died a week and a half before his album came out. Then the commission was supposed to come out, and that was supposed to be his exit from Bad Boy. And then starting his own company. So tell me something. And this ain't me being an asshole. I think everybody that knows Sean Carter knows that he will slump anyone in any relationship for $1. Look at how he did Dame.
Get him dirty.
Like, I don't give a fuck if you wanted to get away from your homie, if you wanted to get away from your partner. But to do it the way he did it, it's malicious. But maybe that was because he was fucking the girl that didn't want you.
Oh. Underage girl at that.
Church say amen?
I don't know.
Underaged at that.
Maybe that's why.
Aaliyah.
Maybe that's why you moved his ass around and out of Rockefeller so tough and then just...
Which they just get a pass
Is
for.
the grand being told the truth?
I'm going to tell you another motherfucker thing.
There's a lot of people like missing 411s that happen at the Grand Canyon. I think it's even on one of the missing 411 documentaries at the Grand Canyon. People go missing out there, just vanish without a trace, never hear from them, never see them again. Go into that portal, y'all.
About the dress. I did Wild 'N Out 2 years ago, right? Tyler Perry Studios, right? You ever been to Tyler Perry Studios? Let me tell you something. Anybody, if you go there, it's Fort Knox. It used to be an old military base. There's no way, as a black person, going through those gates, you will not feel what a come up is and what makes it is. You go through that motherfucking gate, when you went through the gate, got these big ass projection screens and shit, right? Then you go down, you drive it 2 miles before you make a right. When you make a right, you know you're making a right on, you see a studio, Harry Belafonte studio, Oprah Winfrey studio, all the biggest black entertainers in there, all of this. And then I'm going through the gates, made a right, Harry Belafonte studio, Oprah Winfrey. And I look back at the gate, I was like, from a dress?
So you might wear it.
You gonna stop, son. You gonna stop, son.
He said you might wear it.
I can feel it. No, I'm not saying that.
We live in a third-dimensional plane. We can see the planets, the galaxies, the suns, hundreds of billions of galaxies photographed, universes. We live in an amazing space-time continuum.
You can't search Alex Jones on TikTok. You have to use code words to get this clip. That's crazy. He's banned. And there's some crazy videos on TikTok. Crazy.
And we're on this planet, and Einstein's physics showed it, Max Planck's physics showed it, all. There's at least 12 dimensions. And now that's why all the top scientists and billionaires are coming out saying it's a false hologram. It is artificial. The computers are scanning it and finding tension points where it's artificially projected and gravity's bleeding in to this universe. That's what they call dark matter. So we're like a thought or a dream that's a wisp in some computer program, some God's mind, whatever. They're proving it all. It's all coming out. So we're on this planet, the third dimension, which is a launch pad to all the other dimensions below and above. The third dimension, all the mathematics shows, is the primal sea of where all this happens. And the Earth's like an egg, and we've got all this potentiality.
I mean, dude, I had a bunch of like little spiritual.
See that? Talking about the dimensions leads to this of Steve-O doing so much drugs and not sleeping that it kind of opened the doors start opening the dimensions in your mind. You start seeing things, and he kind of goes into it right here.
Where they were like, "Yo, what the f are you doing?" Moments.
I had this wall of shoes that it was like there were horizontal shelves and vertical shelves. So there was all these cubby holes, and I had a shoe sponsor, and in each little cubby was a pair of shoes like on display.
Yeah.
I remember like at one point, like just again, I was just in such a dark place in 2007, and like the powerful message was like, all right, like stop it. All of the shoes, the whole wall of shoes just started like, you know, like tapping their toe, like, you know, like impatiently tapping their toes, like, okay, like we're ready, like, you know, stop already.
You got to be done with this.
Yeah, you got to be done with it. And there was a notebook that I did my work with in rehab, and I wrote on it like, that chair spun, those shoes tapped, period. And that was like, that was my thing. I wrote on the notebook, man.
Why the blue car did not burn in flames.
Everything blue. Lahaina burning down. A lot of things that are blue, for some reason, stood the test of the fire. The blue boat was the boat that survived. You got this blue car, and these homes had blue in it. I mean, it gets weird. This is the home from Hurricane Dora that survived, and the owner name was Dora. That little blue car right there. You'll see a lot of this blue imagery. This is what's interesting. There's this laser, and it only catches fire to other colors, but not blue. So I had to look it up, and it's because it's a blue laser. It's a blue laser, and that's why it didn't burn the blue. First, you got this little turquoise type blue house, but here's another blue house. This one's painted blue. This is blue, and it survived. Here alone, you can see the blue and red, but you can see a lot of different blue that survived. Right here, blue.
That one's weird.
The cloth. The boat that survived in the ocean, and these are all just the mainstream articles showing this. The boat was blue. The car that survived, right, it's still blue. And I mean, this is what they showed in the mainstream news. And shout out to my friend, Dana. She pointed this out. This is pattern recognition. And all the people that they show after the devastation are wearing blue. This is where it got weird, and it kind of took a turn for me, where I'm like, there's some type of color symbolism happening here. This fire right here, this blue, survived it, cut it off from the blue. Right here where the 47 trunk banyan tree survived. You got this like little blue house, restroom that survived. Here's ABC News, the guy in the blue. This girl cleaning is wearing the blue. Good Morning America, this guy's wearing the blue. Just weird.
What the heck?
Symbolism. Burnt, but this guy's carrying something blue. So everybody that they're showing in these pictures are wearing blue. So some sort of code. It's some sort of, I don't know what it is. This house, they were showing this in CNN, the blue house over the fire.
That's crazy.
This guy looking at it wearing the blue. I mean, it goes on and on. This guy, New York Times, he's wearing the blue. This guy laying down on the blue chair. It does go into the color spectrum, as we did a video on the purple lights, the purple blue lights that are popping up everywhere. The blue light, you got a Blu-ray disc because the blue holds the most information through this light spectrum. And we've covered the optogenetics, how certain lights can put you under mind control. But the color blue is used in a lot of elite logos because it makes you trust. It's I trust you, in a sense. Politicians usually wear blue suits, so you will trust them. You always see politician wearing a blue suit.
Subconscious mind.
All goes into mind control. And let's not forget about this blue mask right here. The blue street lights popping up, the blue and purple street lights, Project Bluebird.
They got blue street lights at where I live, and I've never seen that. In Arizona, they're the usual like yellow, whitish lights, but out here they got purple and blue lights. I'm in Texas now, so they got purple and blue. I didn't know that was like those are popping up everywhere. That's pretty interesting. I'm gonna have to go a little deeper on the blue and purple lights because it's right here in my backyard. And I thought they were cool. I didn't know they were mind controlling me. I thought, man, those are pretty cool lights. I like them.
Which was
I trusted them.
Control operation, Project Bluebird. Twitter's the Bluebird, but Project Bluebeam. That's probably the most important of all this. Using lasers, Project Bluebeam lasers to create holograms. All the blue in this being blue.
Yeah, that's pretty crazy.
About that there's something going on with the blue logo. Here's the blue logo. Here's the blue logo. Here's the blue logo. Here's the blue logo.
All right, family, there you have it. Hope you guys enjoyed the reaction. Had to make it a little brighter in here. I had it too dark in my last video and I forgot to change it. So I changed my lights a little bit. They're all Bluetooth controlled. But anyways, y'all, I hope you guys enjoyed the reaction. Hope you guys have a good rest of your weekend. Happy Sunday. Like, again, let me know down below. What are your traditions for Sunday? My thing used to always be go to my mom's, everyone come together, eat when it's football season, watch the Cardinals game. And, you know, Sunday is one of my favorite days of the week. Now that I'm out here all alone, I like to cook a big dinner, right? I like to go all out, cook me a big dinner. If I have someone over, even better. But even if I'm alone, you know, today I got me a nice New York steak. I'm gonna cook about 4 bacon wrapped jalapenos. I'm doing keto, maybe a salad with it, but we'll see. But anyways, y'all, that's the reaction for today.